A mission for a single lock of hair. Kind of sounds strange, right? Well, today we're diving into a story all about power, family, and a plan that was so perfectly, meticulously thought out, it was almost guaranteed to blow up in the planner's face.
So let me just ask you this. How far would you go to get a little bit of power back in your own home? I mean, what's the limit? For our guy Freddie, he feels like a total stranger in his own house. And he's about to do something, well, something pretty drastic and honestly kind of weird to get that control back.
All right, so let's get into the plan. We've got our main character, Freddie. And you got to understand, this is not some spur-of-the-moment thing. Oh no, this is a cold, calculated operation. He has a meticulous plan, and he's just been waiting for that one perfect moment to set it all in motion.
Yeah, Freddie is a patient guy, a meticulous guy. He's not just rushing in here. He's been watching, biding his time, and after 3 whole days of this, bingo, the perfect window of opportunity finally opens up.
And when I say perfect, I mean perfect. It's like the universe aligns just for him. Check this out. It's a Friday afternoon. His wife, Pudli, she's way up on the roof, busy scrubbing linen. The servant boy, he's off in a huff, taking a nap. Downstairs, the Hindu clerk is just idly flipping through bills. And the main event, the target, his mother-in-law, Gerbino, is snoring away in her room. Every single person who could possibly get in his way is completely out of the picture. The stage is set.
Okay, so the house is quiet, it's go time. Freddie makes his move. This is where we get into the real spy thriller part of the story, the infiltration. And you can just feel the tension cranking up. I mean, look at this. This is straight out of a movie. First, he slips past the kitchen. Then, he tiptoes through the dining room. He even takes his shoes off. He climbs the wooden stairway, pauses right outside her teak door, and get this, he's counting on the fact that he oiled the hinges beforehand. Think about that level of planning. Every single move is designed for pure stealth.
He's tiptoeing through his own dining room like he's breaking in, all to get to his own room. Why? To grab his weapon. His weapon of choice? A pair of scissors. Then it's on to the dragon's lair, Gerbano's room.
And there she is, the target. Freddie standing over his sleeping mother-in-law, just studying her face. The source material actually calls it her hated face. Wow. That single phrase tells you everything you need to know about how he feels, doesn't it? This isn't just an annoying relative to him. In his mind, she's the enemy.
So to recap, he's got the scissors, the target is fast asleep, the house is silent. Everything, and I mean everything, has gone off without a hitch. What could possibly go wrong? Famous last words, right? Because what's about to happen is, well, everything is about to go wrong. And boom, it all goes sideways. The second those scissors get near her hair, Gerbino doesn't just wake up, she explodes. I love this description. She suddenly shoots up, lets out a sound like a duck quacking, and just swings blindly, smacking Freddie with his huge blow right across his face. So much for the meticulous plan, huh? It's just gone. Shattered in an instant.
You can just picture it, can't you? The weapon of choice, the scissors, poised for action, and then bam, total chaos. The whole thing just unravels. He's caught, not red-handed, I guess, but scissor-handed.
And Freddie's reaction is just, it's almost funny. It's so pathetic. His cheek is probably throbbing, right? And what does he do? He starts making this weird little hand gesture, trying to reassure this woman who just woke up to him standing over her with scissors. It's this desperate last-ditch attempt to salvage the situation, but come on. The damage is done. It is way, way too late for that.
So yeah, the top secret mission, it's now very, very public. That slap, her screams, the whole house is awake now. And what follows is just pure chaos and hysteria.
And immediately, it becomes a battle of who can control the story. On one side, you have Gerbino, who launches into this Oscar-worthy performance of a terrified victim, crying out, "Oh God, I cannot stand it any longer, take me in your arms!" And on the other side, you've got Freddie with maybe the worst excuse in history. She was only snoring? I thought something was terribly wrong. I mean, really? Snoring? Nobody's buying that for a second.
But this is the real turning point. Because amidst all the screaming and confusion, Gerbino's mind starts working. She remembers that little pressure on her hair, and then it clicks. The awful truth hits her like a ton of bricks. She realizes what he was actually trying to do. For her, in that moment, it's pure terror, but that terror is about to become her greatest weapon.
So, to say Freddy's mission failed is a massive understatement. It was a complete and utter disaster. But the fallout, the consequences, they're so much worse than he could have possibly imagined. He didn't just fail to get a lock of hair. He accidentally unleashed a whole new reign of terror.
What happens next is what the author calls a politics switchover. It's brilliant. Gerbanio undergoes a complete personality transplant. The old, bossy, overbearing woman, gone. In her place is this naive, frail, helpless little old lady. Her old nature fits this new role like a glove. She's learned how to turn being a victim into a superpower.
And I mean, she goes all in on this new role. She's constantly throwing these nervous glances over her shoulder. She starts blackening her eyes with soot to ward off evil. She's making people circle a membrane 7 times over her head for protection. She becomes super religious, playing the martyr to absolute perfection. She becomes so obedient and docile that it drives everyone nuts. Even her own daughter, Putli, can't stand it. And this right here is the ultimate, delicious irony of the whole story. Within a month, Freddy is actually looking back with nostalgia on how things used to be. He realizes he preferred the old, riotous, hedonistic hooligan to this new, weeping, jinxed monster he's created. His grand plan to get power, it backfired so spectacularly that he's ended up with less power than he ever had before. So, think about it. Freddy wanted to regain some control. That was the goal. But in trying to snip this one single thread, did he accidentally unleash a monster? It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? In trying to solve one problem, he created a much, much bigger one. And it leaves us with a final question. What happens when your attempt to cut ties only ends up tying a tighter, more suffocating knot?